First day I saw you since long ago, I still remember it was so cold, and you were warm and I with some green tea. You asked me, can you lend me sugar? You grabbed the shaking bowl and shook her, and you put all the sugar right on me. And what a crash, what a crash. Felt the sudden sugar rush as you sang me your apologies. When the second day we met by chance, what a sweet coincidence to find the sugar girl right next to me. Decided it's time to introduce myself. Your name that came with an address that led me to my favorite night in years. Just 7 days, and sugar's almost everywhere. It's all so sweet, I'm almost melting on the street. And I don't know, what have you done with me, sugar girl? It's like a spell, I feel I float in caramel.
专门是有人养鸭基地。
人这笋不苦，
这根儿可以吃了吗？
你这笋不苦，发现了吗？说残忍，哎，说残忍，他给你看了。
够不好查，滚蛋！我们查到，王晨啊是个游戏测试员，平日足不出户，就在家工作。然后他那个工资啊也是网安支付的。那个物业公司跟我们说呀，跟他合租那个人叫。
这回算正当防卫还是怎么着？
这怎么掉下来了？
啊。
小光。
的形式，除了就别的形式。
那7000买的形式。老婆啊。
那个饼干的话，如果到家就是你回头直接过来取就行。好。
藏区的那个，就是它。
请466号顾客甩米线郎，489号顾客甩米线郎。